Welcome to 21 Days of Sage Intacct for a New You, presented by LBMC Technology Solutions. Because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, over the next 3 weeks, we'll empower you to reimagine the way that you work by providing 21 days of great tips to make a better you in Sage Intacct. Let's get started. The new you in Sage Intacct starts today. Day 12, printing one check for multiple AP invoices per vendor. This is a short guide to consolidating multiple accounts payable invoices for the same vendor and printing a single check to streamline the payment processes. In Sage Intacct, you have two ways to control how many checks will be printed for each vendor. So on the actual vendor record, if we take a look at this and we look at the payment information, you can see here we have merge payment requests checked on the vendor record. So that means every time this vendor is selected to be paid, to pay a bill to, it will merge all of their payment requests together, meaning it'll print one check for multiple AP invoices. So that's the first place that you can merge those together. And when you go to pay bills inside of Sage Intacct, you have the ability to use, generate one request per bill or use the vendor preference. So that means it'll look at the vendor record to determine how it's going to print those checks. Or you can do merge request into one per vendor, meaning it would do the same thing and it would ignore the vendor record, or merge request into one per vendor pay to contact. So that is if a vendor has a different remit to address or you have to pay somebody else on behalf of a vendor, you could use this merge request into per vendor pay to contact. So you can, create a check run based on a payment request method here, and you could select all the ones you're going to pay and then say pay now. That would generate a check run where you would go and print the checks. One of the other ways to look at it to say if you're in bills, for example, in the bills screen, there is a way to pay them here, but that is individually. So if you had multiple vendor invoices, to the same vendor, and you were doing pay down the list of those, that would generate a separate check for each vendor. So unless you want a separate check for each vendor, then you have to use the accounts payable pay bills window. Thank you for joining us today on our presentation of 21 Days to a New You in Sage Intacct. If you want to talk to an expert, here's our contact information. We look forward to hearing from you.